Hey there, everybody. On this episode of the Weekly Report, we talked about really, really bad, awful, nightmarish hell weather. We talked about cars, because why not? And we talked about a bunch of nerd shit. Enjoy. Howdy ho, everyone there in internet land. This is Rapscallions Report Weekly, where we weekly discuss things that happened within our week. I'm Andy.
I'm weak. Wait, I'm Tone.
That's weak.
I'm Tone.
He's weak. I'm Report. Welcome to Weekly Report. All right.
So welcome, Lee.
Eric, who's not here.
Oh
well.
Yeah.
Eric changed his name to Lee because he loves Lee Sin so much.
Okay.
That's a League of Legends character. All right. Yeah, that's about the appropriate response. So this week, as you'll notice, Eric is not here. Oh well.
He's got to go to school, be all smart and stuff.
Gotta get that fancy book learning from New York. You know.
That's funnier than it should have been.
I've been working on it. So Eric's not here today, but that's fine. I'm sure I'll duck out next week for no good reason. I'll just use my vacation day.
Wait, we get those?
I get them. I do. So let's start our week talking about something that affects us all. It's been cold as a motherfucker. Pretty bad.
Balls.
I think that the cold flat out destroyed my car on Sunday when it was negative 15.
It was negative 15. The wind chill was negative 32.
Neat.
Here in Michigan, in our town of residence.
Got all of it.
Yeah, I get out of work at 6 in the morning, and I have approximately a 6 to 10 minute walk from my building through the place from A to B, I guess. I don't know what I want to call it.
Do you want to call it the Trail of Tears? The walk from the outside
because
to your
they
car?
would freeze in your eyes.
The Trail of 1,000 Frozen Souls?
Like, I swear, I think I was the only one without a face mask. And, like, my face, like... My mustache was frozen.
Yep.
Like, if I smiled, I felt like my skin cracking. It was so cold.
You felt all the fluids in your body freeze and shatter.
I asked myself,
basically.
The air hurts my face. Why do I live in a place where the air hurts my face?
You should just ask, why do I live? Why is Michigan a place that's habitated? Why do we live in the frozen north? How have I not become a White Walker?
And
which I guess we kind of are, but go on.
Damn. No, we're trolls, man. We're under the bridge.
Yeah, good point.
Comment if you get that joke.
Share if you don't get the joke.
Share for Saint.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so...
It's been cold. It's been real cold around
cold
here, as all of you probably already know. It's worth mentioning. Why not? Let's, pander. Let's pander to our viewers. Sure is cold, isn't it? How about them politics? Airplane food.
I got nothing to feed off of that. But you know what's funny is, I say this too, and as hypocritical as it may be, people are like, oh, it's cold out there. And it's like, well, you live in Michigan.
Yeah.
You lived here 10, 20, maybe 30, 40 years. You should be used to it by now. Like, I've been here 30 years.
Yep.
And as was it Ron Swanson once said, there's no such thing as bad weather. Only inadequate clothing and transportation.
That's good. That's good. That's real good.
I've been quoting that line like a motherfucker at work.
You should put that in a plaque and bring it to work and hang it up. That's a good one.
And then get yelled at. Get taken down.
You can't have propaganda at work. Oh. Propaganda. Yeah.
So how was your week?
Like I said, car died. That's very stressful. I think I'm going to mention this live on the air for all the world to know. I hate every car that's ever been made. Except for like the Model T and the Tesla Roadster. Those are the only two cars in the history. And the Pontiac Aztek. The ugliest car in the world that I love because it's ugly. It's like the ugly duckling. The Pontiac Aztek, I don't even care if it was terrible. I don't even care if you can't get parts for it anymore.
I heard meth dealers used to drive those.
Oh yeah, good point. That means they're durable. You can run over a human body with one, and they work just fine afterwards.
Run.
But yeah, car died. Hate cars forever. I want to have a jetpack.
Potentially died. Disclaimer.
It's probably dead. It's dead. All hope is lost. Apple. I read a thing on the internet. Some call it an article on the internet, and they talked about.
Was it on a porn site?
Oddly enough, no. I do sometimes spend time on the internet not looking at naked women in various states of misery. I saw an article that mentioned Apple's making a car. Did you see this?
Is it like the iCar and it costs like $10 million and you can't fix it, but you can upgrade it?
But you can replace it when it breaks.
Flat tire, just buy a new one.
Just buy a whole new car. I got hyped because I saw a picture of it and I saw the headline and I'm like, what? Really? And then the more you look into it, it's like all speculation. It's like Apple might be making a car. Here's a piece of concept art that some guy made. And I'm like, no. So if you look into the Apple car right now,
there's one person I know specifically, which I will remain anonymous. But if Apple made a car, I know this motherfucker will be the first one to drive it and then brag about it. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
You know what would happen is that the GPS would tell him to turn in direction. You go, thanks, Jeeves. Gotta love it. Gotta love that Jeeves. Apple. No, here's a question though. Would you trust an Apple car?
No.
I wouldn't throw it out outright because I think it would be. I would wait to see reviews on it. I would be very curious to see the price on it. My guess is it would be a city vehicle, probably at least partially driven by itself, which people are speculating they'll be like the Google vehicle that doesn't have a steering wheel. If it's like a fairly moderately priced vehicle, I'd at least be curious to check it out. I wouldn't,
If only we knew a car dealership we can do reviews for.
Oh, yeah.
That was fun while it lasted. Maybe we could still do that. Anyways. See, I don't know, though. See, like, with me, when it comes to Apple products, I know so many people who are like, no, you gotta have Apple. If you're gonna do anything with anything, it has to be Apple. Like, oh, you're in videos, you got an Apple, you got a Mac, you got a iBook Broforce.
Oh, yeah, iBook Broforce.
I don't know what that is, but it's just like, I know so many people in my field of media that
field
are
of
so
expertise.
That think that if you're doing any kind of art, be it music, photos, video, anything, if you're not using a Mac, you're doing it wrong. And it's like, I don't have a Mac. I'm putting stuff out. What's the problem?
Yeah, putting stuff out on
and I
Mac,
think
though.
It's kind of like they're so hell-bent on their product that it's kind of like, because of them, I no longer like the product. It could be like the perfect computer, the perfect everything I need, but because this handful of people are like, you gotta have it, bro. I don't want it.
Now, dude, I've heard people say the same thing about stuff like Doctor Who. Because there are some Doctor Who fans that are insufferable. Like, I've read stories of some Doctor Who fans that get so overboard that, as someone who personally enjoys Doctor Who, I look at them and I just go, ugh. Like, there's, I don't know.
See,
it's like hard. At the same time, I can't knock him for being enthusiastic, but I don't know.
It's like the train guy.
The who?
The train guy.
Oh, yeah.
See, I make this joke about religion, but you can make it about being a fan of Apple products. You can make it a fan about being a Whovian. It's like having a dick. Fine. Go ahead. Not everyone has one. You can be proud of it. I don't care. You might even be able to brag about it once in a blue moon. But don't come over and try to shove it down my throat without asking me for permission first.
Case in point, that I just thought of. I knew someone a little while back when Smash Brothers came out on 3DS, and their enthusiasm towards Smash Bros. 3DS caused me not to buy it. Because every day they were like, oh man, the new Smash Brothers is going to have this, this, and this. I'm going to play some Smash. And it just got to the point where it was like, man, you're really into Smash a whole lot. I don't know. And it's just like, the more... Yeah, look over there. The more...
Sorry.
Like, Simon Pegg once said the best thing about being a geek is that you can geek out about stuff. You can get unabashedly, unashamedly excited for stuff. So am I betraying my geekness if I'm coming down on people for getting too hyped about something? I don't know. I'm struggling with it right now.
Yeah.
Can you get too enthusiastic about something like Smash
Yes.
Brothers?
Like the pencil guy.
Ah, yes, the pencil guy. He's fuck you. All you use mechanical pencils. Yeah.
I think there's just a certain level where you go from like a fan to like the stalker, I'm going to kill you and put you in my garage fan.
Would you say it's the point you start writing fan fiction is probably the point where you should just stop?
No, see, even then,
Yeah.
you could do a little fan fiction.
Good, because I may or may not have written fan fiction in my day.
She's trying so hard to get... Anyways, yeah. We needed that.
I'm going to throw everything in this table at a cat that is off screen.
Reasons unknown. Don't worry about it. Quit asking questions.
I'm breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. So I read this thing. I guess it started in 2010.
It's called the internet.
October of 2010, actually. So I don't know if it's still a thing. If you're from the New York area, let me know. They're called dead drops, where people would take USB drives, random walls, random buildings. They would carve out little holes in buildings, put the USB, and cement them in. So all you guys have a little tip sticking out. You just walk up to your laptop, plug it in, and it's a file sharing. You can share, put something on the file on the flash drive. People can take stuff off.
Sweet Jesus.
And apparently, the guy who started it in New York, I guess it's a real big thing in Ireland, but the guy who started it in New York, and like I said, 2010, he did 5 of them. And it's like, so if you're ever in New York and you see just a USB drive sticking out the wall,
Like a glory hole with data, basically.
it's like a nerd's glory hole. Well, either way, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
For me, anyways. Yeah, you just allegedly just a laptop or whatever, just bloop.
Allegedly.
See, I think that's a great idea because you can share stuff completely off the grid, like offline.
Yeah, man.
However, you're good, bro.
All right.
However, the flaw I see with that is illegal activity, like say child pornography, blueprints for a bomb, especially with terrorism on the rise.
You're getting with that kind of stuff. You're getting into like darknet territory where it's like hyper
Plus,
secretive. So it's like,
what if you just get that one guy who's like, oh, I'm gonna put a virus on this one, so everyone who uses it's gonna get fucked over.
Yep.
So, but on the flip side, you might have some lady who decides to, or some guy who puts his grandmother's recipes that were like amazing, or like there's positive that can come out of this, of course.
Well, it's like the internet in general. They're like anytime you have a medium where anyone can post and share things, you're going to have people who are doing it for constructive reasons, sentimental reasons. Then you're going to have one or two dickheads who are like, here's something horrible, kabam,
Yep.
There's I thought you were going to talk about geocaching, whatever. It's this thing where you can look it up online and people will have like specific GPS coordinates to this, like usually like boxes they hide around. And the thing is, you go trek out in the woods or something, you find this box, and the rule is you're allowed to take something out, but anytime you take something out, you have to put something back in. And people use this bizarre, like, exchange kind of thing. It's something I looked at a little bit, but not real in depth. It's pretty cool.
So it sounds like almost like a nerd's like a drug drop.
Yeah, a little bit.
You could take the bag of powder out, but you gotta leave a wad of cash.
See,
and by powder, it's basically like ground up motherboard chips or something. I don't really know what nerds snort.
You're stretching.
I'm stretching.
You're stretching. Speaking of stretching, we're past our deadline for this episode, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. If Eric were here, he would have kept us on board. We wouldn't have went overtime. But he's not. So fuck him. Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe and comment Give us all your thumbs up and none of your thumbs down. Like our shit, share it on Facebook. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you the next time. Bye. Also, Eric sucks.